So my name is Teresa. I am the Children's Programming Specialist at the Dubuque County Libraries. And in these lovely COVID times, my story times are now Zoom, and Story Starter is now Zoom. So we're going to do the best we can. What I'll be doing is reading a little bit of this book, Jigsaw Jones, The Case of Hermie, the Missing Hamster. I'll read a little bit from the book, and there's not many pictures, but if there are any, I will show them to you. So you can just sit back and color or play with Legos or whatever you want, and I will read a book. Chapter 1, Jigsaw Jones, Private Eye. It was Sunday afternoon, 4:36 p.m. I was in my office on the dirty side of town. Okay, actually, I was in my treehouse in the backyard. But I had a wooden sign that read office, and it was dirty. But that's no big deal. When you're in my line of work, you get used to a little dirt. No, I don't make mud cakes for a living. I'm a detective. For $1 a day, I make problems go away. I was working on my new Life in the Jurassic jigsaw puzzle. It wasn't going great. Okay, it was going crummy. My dog, Rags, yapped below. I told him to be quiet. Rags kept on barking. It was just one of those days. Suddenly, a voice called out, "Hey, Jigsaw, you up there?" My next-door neighbor, Wingnut O'Brien, climbed the treehouse ladder. His real name was Timothy, but everyone called him Wingnut because of his ears. They were 3 sizes too big for his head. Wingnut didn't mind his nickname. In fact, he kind of liked it. Wingnut was proud of his oversized ears. They made him feel special. Go figure. I thought they made him look, well, like a wingnut. "What are you up to?" Wingnut asked. "Oh, about 10 feet, I answered. Wingnut looked down. "Oh, yeah," he said. Wingnut was 6 years old, a year younger than me. He wore blue jeans, a hockey jersey, and a frown. "Listen, Jigsaw, I've got a problem," Wingnut said. "I make problems go away," I answered, "but it'll cost you. You know my rate. I get $1 a day." Wingnut's eyes started to water. Oh, brother. I handed him a box of Kleenex. In this line of work, you see a lot of tears. It pays to keep Kleenex around, especially if you don't have the stomach to watch somebody slobber all over his new hockey jersey. Wingnut looked at me with sad, pitiful eyes. Between sobs and sighs, he sputtered, "Hermie's gone." Hermie was Wingnut's golden hamster. It looked like this might be a job for Jigsaw Jones. Business had been slow and I needed the cash. Puzzles don't grow on trees, you know. See, I've been solving problems in my neighborhood and at school ever since kindergarten. I was in 2nd grade now, in Ms. Gleason's class. But some things never change. There are always problems. Missing cupcakes, stolen baseball mitts, lost hamsters. There will always be a need for me. Jigsaw Jones, Private Eye. Here's a picture. Wingnut climbing up to see what's going on in the treehouse. Chapter 2, A Slithery Suspect. I nodded toward an empty glass jar. Wingnut dug into his pockets. He dropped in 2 quarters, 2 dimes, a rubber band, and 5 nickels. "You're a nickel short," I pointed out. Wingnut's face got all squinched up like he was going to cry or something. "You can know me," I said. I took out my detective journal. It was a big, fat notebook. I never left home without it. I turned to a clean page and wrote the following words: "The Case of the Missing Hamster." Underneath, I made 2 neat rows. On the top of one, I wrote suspects. On the other, I wrote clues. I underlined both words. Then I took out my colored markers and drew a picture of a hamster. It looked like a rock with eyes and a tail. Wingnut waited. I told him that this looked like a tricky case. Before we go any further, I said, let me call my partner. Wait here. I ran into the house and called Mila. Luckily, she was home. Meet me at the office, I told her. We've got a case. Don't forget to put rags inside, Mila reminded me. Mila was allergic to rags. Anything with fur made her sneeze, so she tried to stay away from cats and dogs. Mila lived around the corner, and we'd been friends since we were in diapers. Mila worked with me on all the big cases. I paid her 50 cents a day. Mila demanded equal pay for equal work. It was a lot of money, but she was worth every cent. Mila was over in 10 minutes. Then Mila climbed up the ladder. She was humming the short vowel song. We learned it in Ms. Gleason's class last week. Mila sang, where is short A, where is short A? Here I am, here I am. I am in a hat rack, Cracker Jackson fat cat. You ever hear that song? No, me neither, but I'm going to try it again. Where is short E? Where is short E? Here I am, here I am. I am in a red bed, jelly, eggs, and jet sets. E, 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 or actually, eh. If Mila wasn't humming something, she was singing. I didn't mind. She had a pretty voice. We all sat together on the floor of the office. I poured lemonade and told Mila about the missing hamster. Mila was all business. When did you see Hermie last? She asked Wingnut. Yesterday morning, Wingnut sniffled. He was in his cage with Sammy. That's my other hamster, happily gnawing on a piece of cardboard. How do you know he was happy? I asked. Wingnut shrugged. I don't know. He just had a happy face, I guess. Show me, I said. Wingnut was confused. Does it matter? Everything matters, I said. A mystery is like a jigsaw puzzle. You can't put it together until you have all the pieces. Show me, I repeated. What exactly did Hermie look like yesterday morning? So Wingnut half closed his eyes, he puffed out his cheeks, he tightened his lips and poked out his two front teeth. I had to admit, Wingnut looked like a happy hamster. Okay, a happy hamster with really big ears. Thanks, Wingnut, I said. You never know. That may be the missing piece we need to solve the mystery. Mila twisted her long black hair and sighed. She asked Wingnut, did Hermie have any enemies? Wingnut thought for a minute. No, he said, everybody loves Hermie, even Jake, and he's a teenager. Most teenagers don't like anything. Jake, better known as Jake the Snake, was Wingnut's big brother. He was 14 years old and a little bit strange. People called him Jake the Snake because he loved snakes. I mean, this guy really loved snakes. He had snake books, snake t-shirts, snake posters. But most importantly of all, he had a pet snake. A rosy boa. It was pretty big. Sometimes Jake brought it outside, wrapped around his shoulders. It was long, smooth, and totally gross. To be honest, I didn't really like snakes, not even from a distance. Under the word suspects, I wrote Jake. Here's a picture of them sitting in the treehouse talking about Hermie, the missing hamster. In the beginning of a mystery, everyone is a suspect, and anything is possible. Think hard, I told Wingnut. Would anyone or anything want to harm Wingy? Would anyone or anything want to harm Hermie? Wingnut shrugged his shoulders. Well, I guess an owl will love to get at Hermie. He'd make a nice meal. Disgusting, said Mila. Any other enemies? I asked. A cat, maybe, Wingnut said, and then he thought some more. A snake! Mila sat bolt upright. Did you say snake? Wingnut got all worried looking. You don't think Jake's snake is only a suspect? I told Wingnut. We'll need to come over to your house and look for more clues. Okay, But it's almost dinner time. I can't have friends over on school nights. Sure, Wingnut, I patted him on the back. Maybe tomorrow after school. Don't worry, we'll find Hermie. Wingnut left us alone in the office. What do you think? I asked Mila. I think, she said, that we need to do some research. About hamsters? I asked. Yes, she said, and also about the eating habits of snakes. And that is the end of what I can read today. The case of Hermie, the missing hamster, Jigsaw Jones by James Preller. And I'm going to turn this book back into the library so that tomorrow, well, after it sits in quarantine for a while, next week, you could check it out and see what happens. It's a lot of fun to figure out a mystery. It's like a big puzzle. Thanks again for coming to Story Starters. I hope to see you next week, and we'll be reading a whole new book. Have a beautiful day. It's a nice day to go outside and play. See you later. Bye.